Hello YouTube. Just thought I'd do a follow-up on Marry Me, because there's some things I left out that I meant to put in there. First of all, me and my girlfriend will be creating our own coven in about 2 to 3 years. We've got a lot of stuff to go through and go over, and I'm very fortunate to have met another Wiccan that lives so close, and we had so much in common to do that with. And she's really great. And the reason I say it'll take that long was really the reason I mentioned us doing a coven is because in the last video when I talked about doing my own Book of Shadows, that was a personal Book of Shadows, and we'll be collaborating on a coven Book of Shadows, which I won't be sharing any of that or any of the contents of that here on YouTube, because that's more private than my personal Book of Shadows. That's something I don't want to share. Also, she's talked me into doing or writing a mirror book, and I agreed to do so. I'm not big on writing in journals or diaries, things of that nature, which is what I can slightly consider a mirror book. But it is a good idea, and it has a lot of benefits to doing one. It's very similar to a dream journal, which, you know, those two things are very different, but they have similarities too. If you haven't heard of a mirror book, please, just type it into YouTube. I'm sure something will pop up somewhere. Probably not on Google. So I also wanted to talk about other people's books of shadows that I've seen here on YouTube, which already covered that a lot in the last video. What I was wanting to talk about was how nice a lot of these people's books of shadows look. They're elaborate, they're great, and some of them cost quite a bit. I think one I heard was like $290, and then you pay shipping and handling. So if you can afford that, that's great. For those of you who can't, you don't have to have a super awesome looking Book of Shadows. 84-cent notebook, some scrap paper, like torn off a paper bag or the back of an envelope to take notes on, or if that's what you want to make your Book of Shadows out of, it'll work just as fine, if not better, made this way, because you're putting all you can into it. You're putting your heart in there, and I don't see why that wouldn't work just as well as one that cost you $300 that you had to order. That's personalized. Should work better. Basically, it's just wanted to say a little message. When you do your practices, you do your rites and your spells, put your heart into it. I think you'll find that everything comes out better. And the same goes with altar tools or things you practice your rites with or cast your spells with. You don't need fancy tools that you have to go out and buy in the store. Look around the house. You can find these things sitting in there. Even if you don't find them, you don't need them. And you'll find that out the more you study Wicca and the more you come to learn. You'll find out you don't need all these fancy tools. They help you. They're just visual, right? You don't need them. So for the people who couldn't afford those, just want to put that out there, and thanks for watching.